Yes, people, what are we saying? It is currently 6:52 in the morning and we're on our way to the Nike outlet in Braintree, because today we're going to be going around every single Nike outlet in London, or as many as we can get to before either close or my car is full. I live in the middle of fucking nowhere. It's about a 2-hour drive to get to Braintree and then like another half hour to get to London. It's going to be a very long day ahead, but plan is to go to Braintree, then Lakeside, I think Wembley after that. We're just going to take things as they go. Need to set off now because I want to be there for opening. Let's fucking go. We've got it, but there is one small issue. This place doesn't fucking open until 10 AM. It's currently 12 minutes past 9. Long day in the car with dick in hand for the next hour until this place opens. I'm pretty much here now. There's a few people here already, but I don't exactly look like resellers, so I think we're sweet. 50% off the back wall and it's mad full today. Look at that. First one, got these Romuleos. These are like £62 for the back wall. It's like a pretty dead size, but 62 quid, these are decent. After that first clip, I decided I'm going to voice over everything rather than just whisper into the camera like a little mouse. But as you can see, the back wall was absolutely full. So we got to work, started analysing everything, and the first thing we came across were these React Visions. Now, there's probably about 10 pairs of these on the back wall in a mixture of different sizes. So we grabbed maximum of 5 pairs you can get, and a couple size 7s. Then a pair of these Air Max Commands. These have been a great seller for me. These were 45 quid, bit of a no-brainer. It's already time to grab a bag and start filling it up. Another pair of these Air Maxes. Now, these are a washed one. They're an Air Max system, but they were like 30 quid. And to be honest with you, at that money on vintage, you can't really go wrong. You could probably make some profit on them. If not, you can always return them. One thing about this back wall was it was absolutely littered with these Air Forces for like £40. And although they're a nice colourway, I just can't see there being any money to be made on them as well. I've never ever in my life seen so many blazers in such a short space of time. Like, there was easily 100 plus pairs of blazers on that wall. We had a look around at the shelves, but honestly, the shelves were just shite. Most of it weren't even really that discounted. There was no decent models, but to be honest, I weren't really that fussed because the back wall was decent already. Just loads of these washed running trainers, blazers, as I said before, and Air Maxes, but there was no discounts on the Air Max, so we had to leave them, to be honest with you. Then it was time to check out the women's back wall, and this was full to the brim as well. Absolutely did not disappoint. Found a ton of M2K Technos for under £30, and they're always a winner for me. But apart from that, again, we checked out the kids' shelves. There's some Dunks, but they weren't discounted enough to be worth it. Couple bags full to the brim, and the last step is obviously to go check out the activewear section. We hit the jackpot here. These gorgeous new Baltic blue milers. These are easy profit if you know where to sell them, and of course we grabbed the maximum of 5. So, and I've never ever seen before in an outlet they had free 50% off rails, so we had a hunt through and found this tech fleece top for literally 25 quid. See, we've filled one of these massive bin bags. All those people I said that weren't resellers, they were all resellers, bruv. There was like 5 people going in there and stuff to buy. But so we got 5 pairs of these React Visions, 1 pair of these Air Max Systems, bunch of these M2K Tempos on the back wall, 5 of the new Baltic blue miler, couple smalls, couple larges, and an XL. This lilac tech fleece, these Court Borough things. I shouldn't even give away so much free game, man. I can't believe I'm telling you all this. And then lastly, a pair of Romuleos. Total spend was about £600. Like I said, the boots only forced this. Might actually be a lot shorter of a trip than I actually anticipated. Next stop now is Lakeside. It is already 11 AM. So yeah, we've got a Raz over there. It's about an hour away. Get there for midday. Okay, so straight to the back wall in here, as always, and it's a lot smaller than Braintree was. They had a bit of a weird setup where most of it was 50% off, however, they had a section that was 30% off, which had more, like, heat. And in this 30% off bit, to be fair, they had a fair few different football boots. And listen, with this pair, all I'm going to say is, if you know, you know. A few Air Maxes, a couple pairs of Dunks. I mean, these red TNs, I've never even seen in my life, but these are just awful. So we grabbed a pair of football boots from the 30% off wall. These came down to about £60 in total, and headed to the 50% off bit, which, to be fair, considering it was about midday, it was quite full. A load of these beige boot things, which actually I think are fair decent. And these waffle trainers, again, it's another one where if you know, you know. These are about £25, I think. Pair of Dunks on the 50% off rail, you love to see it. And then again, went to check out the full box shelves, but we were left disappointed once again. I don't know what's going on for these first 2 stores. Just a bunch of washed running crepes, blazers, you know, the usual drill. But we did actually come across 1 pair of Air Max 95s and a GS for £42.95. You know, we would have grabbed 5 pairs of these, but unfortunately the only sizes left were a size 3, so we had to skip it. These GS Air Maxes, however, were £18. Now, they are one of the washed models, but to be honest, for 18 quid you can't really go wrong. So grabbed a few pairs of these. We're going to see if they sell well, and if they don't, we'll just return them. Simple as that. Over to the women's back wall now. And again, they had a few of these M2K Technos, but they were just a bit too expensive. There was loads of them on the back wall, though. Apart from that, there wasn't really anything else worth getting excited about, so we headed over to the activewear section to see if we could grab anything from there. Straight away, I'm already spotting 2 milers
and the new colourways in the 50% off rail, so we know we're in for a treat. However, they were in the size XXL. Now, normally I'd probably pass on these, but for £14 for XXL milers in this new colourways, we're going to have to grab them. If anyone's got any morbidly obese clients looking for some of the new milers, make sure to drop a comment and I can sort you out a good price. Some Tech Fleece joggers as well. I can't remember how much these were. I think they were like 30 quid, so I think we grabbed these as well, yeah. And then there was a few more milers on the shelf, but an XL grey we're going to pass on, and then some of them was long sleeve versions, which no one really wants. So it's time to call it a day. We took it to till and paid.
Okay, so second sort, again, a success. 3 pairs of these GS Air Max things, but these with discount should be either 40 or 60. These should be 60. And then also some waffle debuts. They were like 20 quid. And obviously we grabbed some bits from the 50% off rail. This, 13 quid. Another one of these Baltic Blue milers, again, XXL, but 13 quid. These Tech Fleece bottoms, they actually stand up at 25, so result. All boots were like 65, which is a serious lick, making easy like 40, 50 quid on those, looking at eBay sales. So next outlet we're off to now is the O2 outlet, half an hour away, so yeah, we're going to be speeding through them now. So I just want to take a quick moment, cheeky plug for my new Nike outlet reselling PDF guide. Now, all of my knowledge on how I do what I do with the reselling for Nike outlet stuff. So over 10,000 words long, over 40 pages worth. We've got a ton of examples. It brings you through everything you need to know before you even step in the shop, how the discounts work, and it brings you through the different sections. So a full guide on back wall, the shelves, activewear, and then loads of guides on stuff like product analysis. You look at something, how do I know whether to buy it or not? The full guide on everything to do with that. I'm going to stick some screenshots on the screen now. Everyone who's bought it so far has been doing really well. Literally 30 quid. I'm going to link it down in the comments if you don't make that back on your first trip. That also comes with free lifetime access to my Discord. You can ask it any questions you like. So like, oh, do I buy this? This has happened, what do I do? If you're maybe interested in starting outlet reselling, then that is the best place to start by far. There is nothing else like it on the internet right now. Right, we're here at the O2 outlet. This place is a fucking nightmare to get to, and it costs 7 quid to park here. Headed now, see what happens.
Okay, so stepped in, headed straight to the back wall as always, 50% off, but this has to be the barest back wall I've ever seen in my life. Must have just caught it on a back day because I've got a few mates that go to O2 and they always say it's pretty decent, but this is just horrendous. Even the shelves, the blazers were full price. That's when you know it's going to be a long day, but regardless, we got to work trying to find some profit. Had a quick look through, and O2 is famous for having cheap football boots you can make a profit on, but all the ones that I found were either too expensive or just washed. Quickly came across some running trainers that were down to about £27 from 100, always a good sign. More cheap men's trainers, £22 a pair, can't really go wrong with that price. Thought these were going to be decent. I've moved so many of this 95, but it was the wrong price on the screen. And some women's shoes for £14 once again. You know what I say, can't really go wrong at that price. Load of up-tempos on the back wall, but they're all in washed colourways and they're just a little bit too expensive, so we're going to pass on them. Do a quick lap of the 50% off clothing rail, but again, this is just washed. Listen, this is the most depressing outlet trip I've ever been on. But regardless of that, we're going to fill a couple of bags with a few pairs as we're here now, so we might as well make some profit. Took it until and checked out, and even though I had 12 pairs, they absolutely refused to give me a bin bag, so I had to walk back to the car with like 3 carrier bags.
Third outlet done, can't lie, that has got to be the worst one yet. I picked up 10 pairs that I'm going to whack on the screen, everything that I bought now because it's raining, I can't be able to get out and show you, but got 5 pairs of that £27 running shoe, easy £20 a pair. Couple of the men's court royales, the women's court royales for me done really well, £22, you can't really go wrong. And then them grey things that were 14 quid, again I only grabbed 2 because they're a slow mover. And next stop, Wembley, now currently 3:30. Change of plan. Instead of going to Wembley, I've actually come to Croydon. Hopefully get to Wembley before it closes.
Stepped into the Croydon outlet. It's about 3 PM at this point, so the likelihood is that at some point during the day there has been a reseller in who's grabbed some of the stock, but that's fine because if you know where to look, there's always going to be profit to be found, and 50% off the back wall, you can't go wrong. Started hunting through everything, wasn't really having much luck until we came across a pair of Vapor Maxes. You've got to love Vapor Maxes on the back wall. We had 3 pairs of these at £75. Got to be a no-brainer. We threw them on the floor to mark our territory. And as far as the back wall goes, that is pretty much all that we managed to grab. Very dry, nothing worth showing you. Checked out the shelves and found some GS Air Maxes for like £10 of student discount. And you know the rules. We're going to grab 5 of them because, of course, there'll be money to be made somehow. As well as some up-tempos. I mean, if truth be told, I've already got a load of these. But, you know, 38 quids, they'll sell eventually. And lastly, on the activewear section, we found these shorts that were 3 quid. Probably sell them for 20. Easy as that, mate. Whacked them all in the bags. Ended up picking up about 13 pairs in total and the shorts, and it was time to pay. And that pretty much finished off the day. Car was pretty full, don't get me wrong. We definitely had enough space to go to another couple of outlets, but It was about 4 p.m. at this point, and to drive to Wembley from Croydon would have been about 2 hours for 13 miles because of London traffic. So after spending about £1,600 in total, I was pretty happy with the results, so I thought it was time to go home.
That was the final stop of the day. Had about just over 500 in there. And I'll throw on screen what we ended up grabbing in there. So we got 3 of those Vape Maxes from the back wall. Should be an easy £30–40 profit minimum. We grabbed more of those up tempos. Those are a great mover for me. Those £11 crepes. Bit of a no-brainer really. 11 quid, you can't really go. I think that is about it. I'm gonna go home now, and I'll sort of give you a tally up of all of the sort of how much I spent, how much I expect to make.
So it's now the next day, and we've got everything out of the car, and this is everything that we ended up getting. There's around 30–40 pairs of shoes total, and then a load of activewear stuff.
Total spend ended up being about 1,600. Profit wise from that, we can probably expect about like 600 to 1,000, because that's not going to happen overnight. That's when everything does eventually sell, which does take time, but I'm doing this for a while, and you've got a lot of stock built up, consistent cash flow, and it all evens out basically.
Best finds of the day, I'm going to go ahead and pay these milers just because they're such an easy mover, these Baltic Blues. 5 of them with student discounts for just under 21 quid. We sold all of them for 30, and then the second best find has got to be these football boots, which is 65 quid. Moved these on eBay for 130. Also got a load of these React Visions, LTW money on those. Those Vape Maxes are a lick, £75, or settled for like 120. We're all a very decent day.
That should just about wrap up everything. Go down in the comments where I should go next. Obviously London is a bit of a long one. I've never done London outlets before. About 2 hours to drive 13 miles, which is ridiculous. Drop me a sub as well, that helps a lot, especially considering I've literally just started off this YouTube thing. But yeah, sweet. Thanks everyone for watching.